This is me. And the game you saw me playing is Bridge Duels. If you're seeing this, then you've probably seen me playing Bridge Duels at some point on your For You page. I've been streaming Bridge Duels every day for over a year, and in this video, I'm gonna break it down in the simplest terms possible. So simple that a slime block can understand it. I'm gonna be making 3 parts to this series. This is the beginner video, and I'm gonna be making an intermediate and an advanced video. Make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss them. Before we can get into a game, make sure you're launching Minecraft with an FPS optimizing client like Lunar Client. When you're in the menu, you're going to want to make sure you select 1.8 and launch it with Optifine. If you don't have Lunar Client, I'll put the download link in the description of this video. Now, once we're in Lunar, we're going to press multiplayer, add server, and we're going to make sure we type in the IP hypixel.net. Then we can press done and join server. Now that we're in Hypixel, we're going to press the compass in our hand. We're going to press Duels, and it's going to bring us to this beautiful Duels lobby. Once we're in the lobby, we're going to find this Bridge Duels queue, and we're gonna click him. Hold on, before we can get into a duel, I'm gonna teach you how a game is actually structured. In Bridge Duels, one player spawns on red side and the other player spawns on blue side. You win the game by scoring 5 goals or having more goals than your opponent when the 15-minute timer ends. Unlike some other minigames like Bed Wars, Bridge Duels is an instant respawn, so it's a fast-paced game and it's a sprint the entire time. Now let's talk about our hotbar. Inside of our hotbar are the only items we can use throughout the game, so it's important to utilize all of them. You can edit your hotbar by going to the emerald, clicking game settings, going to layout editor, and then clicking the Bridge Duel layout. You start out with a sword, 2 stacks of blocks, a bow with a cooldown every 3.5 seconds, a pickaxe, and 8 golden apples. It's important to have quick access to these items because this is all you get. There's no item shop and there's no extra pots or gear. That's why I recommend setting up hotkeys for everything. Just please do not scroll wheel to your items. If you don't know how to edit your hotkeys, you can press escape, options, controls, and these are mine. Now that that's out of the way, once both players are released, they will both sprint to the middle of the bridge and initiate the first fight. The first fight matters more than people realize, and the winner of that fight starts the game with control of the map. But how can we make sure we win that first fight? Let's watch that again. Blue utilized his blocks and he built straight up. This way he was able to have more movement options than red, and he was able to have control of the fight. After he won that fight, he's going to start taking control of the map. Blue does this by placing blocks on red's side and creates development. Development or map development are the changes that the map undergoes throughout the game. Since blocks do not disappear after a goal, it's inevitable that the bridge will start accumulating blocks as the game goes on, and it's important to have these blocks work in your favor. So what are some other ways that you can get blocks that benefit you throughout the game? This is called a hippo. Hippos are the blocks that a player puts in front of the direct entrance to their goal, meant to slow down the opponent from reaching your side. Also, this is my Mewtwo Bees cloak available to purchase on the Lunar Client store. You can use code Mewtwo for 10% off. It's a super cool Minecraft cloak that you can equip and show it off to all your friends. W promo. Now that we've learned how blocks can hinder players' abilities to move, let's learn how blocks can give you more movement opportunities. One of the core mechanics that you need to learn is bypassing. Bypassing is any movement you use to get around your opponent and skip a direct fight, because the goal of this game isn't to get kills, it's to get into your opponent's goal. And because of that, bypassing is often the most optimal way to make progress. One of the easiest ways to bypass is by building up and jumping over your opponent's head. Oftentimes, they're going to hit you and boost you into their goal. Now, it's important to understand how to defend against bypassing, and that's where voiding comes in. Voiding is the act of intentionally jumping in the void so you instantly respawn back at your base. Even though it might sound wrong at first, voiding is often the fastest and safest way to respawn and get back onto defense. Now, another way to bypass your opponent is to create a wing. A wing is a diagonal or separate bridge to gain extra movement options. This way you can juke your opponents out and your gameplay can be less predictable. As you can see from this aerial view, red is taking control of blue's map by building 2 wings and has multiple options of movement compared to literally nothing being built on red's side. Now, if you were given a choice, would you rather be playing on red or blue team? The only correct answer is red. This is because red's side is so locked down, there's no way to evade a fight and there's nowhere to hide. Just keep in mind, always building a wing and running around on top all game can be considered toxic. If countered properly, it can also reduce you to top fights only. Therefore, if you're not the best at PvP, sometimes it can be a real disadvantage to build a wing. Another thing I would like to highlight is races. Racing is when both players skip fighting and sprint straight for the opponent's goal. Races are often very close, and the winner comes down to tiny mechanical differences or small mistakes, like clipping a block. Races aren't something that I recommend you focus on too much because they can be risky and unpredictable, especially if you're not that confident in your own mechanics. But it's important to recognize what they are and when they happen so you can understand the flow of the game and read your opponent better. Now, an important thing to keep in the back of your head is, before the cages open, always eat a golden apple. This gives you 24 hearts, which is a huge advantage for winning that first fight, and after every fight you win, make it a habit to eat a gap. This is because eating one golden apple will automatically regenerate you to 20 hearts as soon as you eat it. Don't forget, now that I've covered the basics on how a bridge game is structured, map development, hippos, wings, bypassing, voiding, you already have a foundation that most beginners don't understand. These are the core mechanics that will keep you alive and put you in the correct position to score. Next time you queue into a bridge game, try to keep everything from this video in the back of your head. Don't worry about everything perfect just yet. Understanding these basics will help you follow the flow of the game better and make sense of what other players are doing. And that's it for the full beginner tutorial. In part 2, I'm going to teach you more advanced strategies and how to apply the mechanics that I've taught you in these videos. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment any questions. I also stream this game every day on Twitch, so if you would like to come by and say hello, that would be much appreciated. Bye! See you in the next one!